God is faithful. And I want to share just with you this morning about his faithfulness to us over the past year here at MKCC. I am just delighted to tell you that our giving over 2022 was actually amazing. It's actually part of a historic year for us because we gave through tithes and offerings over £1 million. Well, you gave, which is amazing. In fact, the total was £1,063,456 as a church we gave. Isn't that great? Fantastic. Through gift aid, we were able to claim back from the inland revenue, which is always a good thing, isn't it? £186,483. Now, you know, this is really good. This is really good. And I want to encourage you, if you are a taxpayer and you give, you know, to actually gift aid. Sign a declaration form. You can go online at MKCC website and go to finance. You can find out there, or you can talk to somebody today outside in the foyer at the connection point, and they'll be able to help you with that. But it seems to me a bit like a no-brainer, and for the government to contribute back that money to us to sow into the vision of our church. Isn't that good? So I encourage you to all consider doing that if you're not doing that. Through our All-In Vision Fund, which we every September, October, we have an All-In Vision Fund, which allows us to put the accelerator down on vision and to sow into our church, the community and the world. And we asked you for £100,000 last year, and you gave £162,583. Wasn't that amazing? Yeah, that's good. We were able to sow into the nations £155,915, and I am delighted that we as a generous church want to give to other nations around the world, and the work of Lightforce International in particular and all that they're doing. And we also gave to our community, into community initiatives here in Milton Keynes, £39,227. And also through our Be Rich campaign, which we love to run at the start of the year around February, we were able to give a further £7,417, which I know goes to make a huge difference into our community. That's good, isn't it? You know, over the past year, through our benevolence fund here in the church, we were able to help multiple people within our church family that often kind of need immediate or unsuspected help. There's some need that comes into their lives, and particularly over the last year with the cost of living crisis, we've been able to support families with day-to-day kind of just needs that were necessary. We've given supermarket vouchers, we've contributed to energy costs, and also helped one family repair a boiler right in the middle of winter. They couldn't afford that, and we were able to step in and do that. The benevolence form, I believe in it. It's just a fantastic way to express ourselves like an Acts 2 kind of church that was able to meet needs immediately within the body into the church, and I'm excited about being able to do that. Also, it's been so exciting for us as well, as we have continued to demonstrate, I believe, to people across MKCC and wider than that, across the city actually, that we as a church are for our city. We're for our city, and we're looking for opportunities where we can bless and help and support people and individuals to make a difference with their needs. And we were able to just express that people matter to God, and therefore they matter to us. And a few of those fantastic things that we did, and believe me, there is a long list, so I've only chosen a few, is that we were able to give £1,500 to Fresh Youth Milton Keynes to assist in setting up their volunteer monitoring evaluation system. They work coaching young people and helping them. We're also able to provide 100 brand new family board games for families identified by local children's centres through our partnership with MK Council Family Support Team. And we were able to give a further £8,700 to the food bank to help establish their top-up shop service and support their food drop campaigns. You know, none of these things would be we'd be able to do if it wasn't for your generosity. And so again, I want to say thank you so much. And our generosity didn't stop just there, but as we think about the world, we were able to provide education, clean water, and often many other sort of vital resources in the communities in Uganda, particularly where we work, in India, and also Albania. And I had the pleasure just in November last year of going to Uganda with a small group of team from our church, and we were absolutely blown away with the impact that our giving is having in the community in Lira, northern Uganda. And to see that and see Pastor George and the Light Force team there just making such a difference, just not in the base but in the wider community around them, and see the respect that they have with the local authorities is just wonderful. And so I know that the people in Uganda particularly will send their love to you as a church at MKCC and say thank you for making such a difference in their lives as well. You know, back in 1985, our small church here, when it was a lot smaller than what it is today, faced a daunting challenge as they thought about a plot of land that became available on Oldbrook here, and to develop a church/community centre that could gather people together. And following a day of prayer that they had, a word was given, a prophetic word was given to the church at the time, that finance would come of the church, not from the church. And the leadership at the time, I'm told, was a little bit unsure of what that meant. However, as the building was completed and, they began to use it, they realized that God had a plan right there and then, that they would use the facilities to generate funds to cover the core costs that were associated with owning a building, including mortgages, maintenance, utilities, and freeing up tithes and offerings, if you like, that they could be focused on giving to ministry and missions. And we have sought to continue that model to this day. If you fast forward to 2022, and for last year over 2022, our current running costs were £281,409. That's a lot of money to run this facility, right? And to do what we do. But we're thrilled to report that our facilities, such as Tiny Steps Day Nursery and MKCC Conferencing, have not only covered these costs in full, but they actually made a contribution of £44,233. Isn't that's fantastic? Yeah, brilliant. In 2010, we completed the latest phase of the development here on Oldbrook, and you're sitting in that facility, which we value and appreciate and love. And we went into an agreement for 1.5 million mortgage, and that repayment date was due on 2030, which is a few years away. But thanks to the surplus generated by our activities and the sacrificial giving of our family here, our church family, we were able to clear our mortgage last year, 2022, and that's 8 years. 8 years before that time was due. And I have to tell you, I am humbled, and I know my team is humbled just by God's faithfulness and grace to us. And I want to thank all the teams and the people particularly involved in diligent stewardship, because we are completely debt-free to this day. And we thank God for that. We thank Him for His provision through all of our ministry and our journey with Him. And you can go and get the whole impact report, which we've called it, online. You can scan the code, the Q. I don't know you can scan that one, can you? I don't know, but you can try. Get your phone out and take that, or visit mkcc.org.uk/impact report, and you'll be able to see all the wonderful things that are on there that we've been able to do together. And I believe together we can do so much more than just being individuals, trying to do some great things. So, in conclusion, I want to encourage you to continue to honor the Lord with your wealth. Hello? Continue to honor the Lord with your wealth. As you bless Him, I know He will take care of you. That's been my life journey, and I want us to continue to be a generous church, committed to believe that we can really make a difference in our church, in our community, and around the world. And together, let's continue to build and believe and be determined to seek God's kingdom first. Reason? I believe the best is still yet to come. We're a part of a wonderful story in Jesus' name. And I'm going to ask you, would you stand to your feet and let's give the Lord a great praise offering and thank him for his faithfulness over the years.